Good afternoon, I'm Izzy Sullivan, and today I'm here with Charleston Battery owner Rob Salvatore. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the season so far and the upcoming postseason. Rob, out of 12 teams in the USL Championship Eastern Division, the Charleston Battery are sitting pretty in second with 60 points and 17 wins, this season being your fifth with the club. How fulfilled are you with this season so far?
Very fulfilled. You know, when you rattle it off like that, and we know we're locked into the 2 seed with a couple weeks left. Very happy. It's been a good sustained run now. So I think we've gotten up the learning curve since taking over the team 5 years ago, and we have a franchise that has momentum. So last year we were a very good team. And I think to come out and back that up with an excellent year, it starts to build on the franchise being elite inside USL, and that's what we set out to do. You're stacking those seasons back to back to back really matters. So it's been a lot of fun. We've been awesome here at home. You know, we have a plus 34, 35 goal differential at home, which is incredible. We scored a lot of goals, and we have a lot of really good results. So the fans and the community have, as I've always said, they've really embraced us since we got here, and I think now we're paying it back, the support and the loyalty. We do things like this and try to be accessible so that they know as an ownership group and management group, like what are we thinking, where are we going? And I just feel like there's a lot of support both ways. And one of the reasons why I think we play so well at home, you know, we've created an identity and a fortress here. It's very lively, and people go home happy. It's really the best part of it, is that relationship with the community and the fans, and they're fired up for another run.
Right, we definitely feel that hype surrounding playoffs a lot more this season. And contributing to all that success, one of these great players, record-breaking goal scorer Nick Mercanic, who is set to transfer to La Liga 2 in Spain after the season's end. Meanwhile, Fidel has already made his second transfer to Chivas. How have these two transfers, along with the inclusion of youth international players, really aligned with the club's goals and values regarding roster and player development?
Yeah, it's first of all, you get to know the players. They come here, they choose your franchise, they trust you, especially in a younger situation like Fidel or in Nick, where he'd come out of MLS. So I'm so happy for them because they're supremely talented, but they worked really hard. And when we took the team over, we talked a lot about wanting to be a destination, wanting to be a place where elite talent could come, get better, and move on. We always talked about that. And I've been on the record. I've said it. I've been quoted on it that I think having youth, contributing and winning are not mutually exclusive. I think they're highly correlated. That was my statement around Fidel, and we're seeing that I think more and more around the league. So when I see our club, it's not in isolation. It's really where USL is going, Championship and League One. It's very, very exciting. Everything is pointed in that direction, and then you have a player like Nick who comes here, he sets a record. People go on that journey with him, and now he gets transferred on. He goes to Europe, and there's pride in that ownership and that authorship that he was here with us. So that's part of it. And then the other thing is, I think in both their cases, but in particular with Nick, just because of his age, what an example for players. Whether you're in college, maybe you were drafted, maybe you weren't. To see what he's done with his career. He came here as a trialist. He put his head down, he worked, he's been a great teammate, and now look, right? He's off to Europe. So there's great lessons in it, and I'm really happy that as the club has found its footing, player development and these transfers are a big part of it. And I think for our league, sky's the limit.
Yeah, and speaking of Nick, he's gonna have great facilities overseas, but here, you guys have a brand new training facility being built on the horizon for next year. Do we have any updates on that?
Yeah, the field will kind of get in first, and that's been permitted. So we'll get the field down. It's underway. We'll get it put in and planted in the off season for the spring and the growing season. While we're doing that, we'll be submitting our plans for the vertical piece. We're finishing up our design there. The field will be online and ready for next year, or at some point, probably middle of the year, and then hopefully the building and the full facility will be ready, I would think, for the start of 2026. But
Awesome.
It's progress. It's ours. It's adjacent to the new youth facility that's out there. So we like that. We like the fact that the professionals will be right where the kids are playing. It's a lot of inspiration for us to have our own place, and then where we can go with that is really exciting. Can we bring other teams in? There's a lot of demand for teams to be here in the Low Country at different parts of the year. So if we have a more full facility that we can open up. So, and we just talked about transfers and youth. It's another way to recruit. And I talk about USL, everyone's getting better, right? Everyone's thinking about stadiums. They're talking about training facilities. We have to keep up. We have to keep going. We have to keep evolving. That's sports. That's soccer globally. So we're really excited about it. I mean, personally, I love the design process. We're fired up for it. We'll keep our fans apprised. We'll get some renderings out there eventually. And I know for the players, they're fired up to be on it next year at some point.
Yeah, that's going to be so exciting. Well, staying in the present moment, playoffs will be here before we know it.
Yes.
What are you?
Not soon enough. No.
Not soon enough. What are you anticipating for that quarterfinal match, and what can fans kind of expect ahead of the postseason?
Yeah, I just think the environment, building off of last year, as we were talking about last year's momentum, people kind of get it a little bit more now. They know what to expect. The excitement's going to be there. We saw our biggest crowd of the year this past weekend against Detroit when we had breast cancer awareness. You can feel the energy in the building. Some of our kind of close games and comeback wins have had that mentality. The Louisville game certainly felt like a playoff game. So people want to be here, and I just think they know it's in our crazy knockout, one and done. It's win or go home. So that jeopardy is incredible. And it'll be it'll be the biggest game of the year, and it'll be our guys at their best.
Yeah, and as we know, the Battery have 3 more games in the regular season before the big playoff game on November 2nd. The Battery have been making waves in the USL and are continuing to do so. So definitely stay tuned for what is sure to be an exciting couple of months ahead. Rob, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, just my last statement would just be, again, thanks to everybody. It's like you said, it's been 5 years now. We feel like there's been a build. The team, I know, really appreciates the support. The record at home, I think, is a testament to it. So thank you to everybody again. We look forward to seeing you, if not on November 2nd, before then. And yeah, up the Battery.